We are going to go alphabetical. I'm really confused here. Let me rearrange my papers. I thought she was one of the legacy quilters, but we'll get her in a year or so, right? Right. I hate to ask everybody to be quiet, but would you be quiet as you're walking around? I used to be a teacher for 30 years, and it's just this. Mary Ezelle, would you come up? And we are going to show some magnificent quilts in this time we have allotted. Now, Mary Ezelle was nominated by Dolores Townsend. She began quilting in 1978 after accumulating scraps from clothing she was making for her family that she felt too poor to throw away. Y'all, scraps? Too poor to throw away? You know it. She taught herself by first making a quilt top by hand and hand quilting it, but switched to sewing her seams on her sewing machine because she felt that machine piecing the tops would give them more longevity. We want our quilts to last. Those smaller than 40-inch squares were quilted on her domestic sewing machine. A number of them were hand quilted and others were long-owned. She made over 150 quilts ranging from baby to king size. Most of the quilts have been gifted to family, friends, and acquaintances over the years, and a few were commissioned. She enjoys working with traditional patterns, combining old traditional patterns with floral applique, blocks, and patterns. Do you know where the quilts are over there? Okay, got it right there. I'm going to say just a little more. In 2009, she submitted an entry application that was accepted at AQS in Knoxville from her quilt titled Summertime, and we're going to see that, aren't we?
No, it's not here. It's at Ag.
Okay, let me stop here a minute. Can you stand up here just a minute? Sure. Ag Museum quilts. You know, for years we hung 20 quilts at a time at the Ag Museum, and they changed director and changed some of the emphasis. And so this year we are getting to go back to the Ag Museum, but with a new focus. We're going to have about 10 quilts hanging as you enter. You know, you go in those front doors and then you go to the left to go see the exhibits. Well, there's some empty space up on those high walls, and that's where the quilts are going to be. But a new director and a new curator of artifacts. They're not quite ready to hang. They're going to put the system that you see in museums where you can easily change. So we plan to change 3 times a year. The quilts that are at the Ag Museum are actually in somebody's office at the moment because they're not quite ready to hang. They have lots of activities up there. So her quilt, Summertime, is at the Ag Museum, and you can go see it. And I called yesterday to see if they could give me a date, and they really couldn't. They've got to attach stuff way up high, and I understand they're a little slow. Also, I want to say that those of you who helped purchase the, or what do you call those pipes that you put wires through? It just left my head. Conduit pipe. We went and got that, or Georgia Popeling got that from Kay last week and took it up there, so they're going to use the conduit pipe instead of the PVC that we used to use. Anyway, the system is going. Her quilt and every one of these quilts, they have one up there. And let me see what else. Mary, I'm going to let you talk now.
This quilt, if you look on the back, it has a tag. It was one of the Hoffman Challenge, the first Hoffman Challenge fabric. Is it, I believe she was just talking about ugly fabric. And floral Hoffman print was what they coined in, can't think of her name, Hollis. That's Hollis. They said, oh, that's ugly. What can we do with that? So they issued a challenge. This was the piece. This piece actually traveled with the actually, it's probably got a date on it. 1988. And this one is just an example of some blocks that I made. I just recently put these together to make a small quilt. It's just a wall decoration on a tabletop. This little quilt, I call it Indiana Springtime. Because a lot of people say, well, there's no leaves on it. Well, honey, in Indiana, when the dogwood blooms, there aren't any leaves. But you have plenty of cardinals. Nancy and I had this discussion about a double wedding ring. You only need one, right? So this is it.
You don't need one.
And this quilt actually made it into the Union Appeal newspaper, or Valentine's picture. And I made the applique blocks while I was babysitting my grandchildren. Okay, since this quilt, then since there's no date on it, probably since
That's a good idea.
93 or 94. And this one's kind of a funny little quilt. It's got chickens on it. Yeah.
We have to figure out which way to go.
Okay, some of the little things it says, the one up there at the corner says, the rooster may crow, but the hen delivers the goods. It's just different chicken fabrics and things, just kind of a little personal challenge. That's probably it. Thanks, y'all.